everyone, here is my end of March project use it up update for my Bath and Body Works and some Lush products towards the end. First, I want to go over the Empties, which I think I only have 2 this month. And the first one, I'm so happy. I never want to see this again in my entire life. It is the Blueberry Moisturizing Body Wash. I'm not sure what exactly, well, I kind of do. 1, I didn't really like the formula. 2, the scent smelled good, but it almost smelled a little bit like blueberries and plastic. I'm not sure if it was because I left it in the shower and the heat just made the plastic kind of scent become infused with this, or if it was the scent to begin with. This, I don't know if anybody remembers, this was the elusive blueberry scent that came out, I want to say in 2020, and only select stores got it, and or outlet stores. They also had a strawberry along with this one, and it was just blueberry. There were no other fragrance notes. It was just straight up blueberry. I didn't cut this up. You can actually twist off the top, so you can open it like this or you can unscrew it. But yeah, but I think I got pretty much most of it out because I tend to take out the lid and then I let the water run under it to just kind of make sure I rinsed it out and used up all my products, and it also helps with cleaning it. I had another one of these and I ended up selling it, so I'm just so glad. I never want to see this again, and I'm going to stick to shower gels going forward. So that was one empty. The second empty was this hand soap. It was the Frosted Biscotti. I mentioned this in I think my January use it up, but it has a sticker to differentiate which soaps are older than the rest, so I can focus on using those up first. This is the Frosted Biscotti. I had mentioned that this smelled like a buttery sugar cookie. However, the downside to that is that I felt a little bit weird because I like my hands to be very clean because I have contact lenses, and I felt like my hands, they were clean, but they smelled like cookies, and I just felt a little bit weird handling my contact lenses and then washing my face. To go in the back to read some of the scent notes. Scent notes are citrus frosting, maple sugar, and warm cookies. It was a really nice scent, but I just don't think I would purchase it again. I have another one of these, but I think, that's good enough for now. Overall, the scent is great, but I would prefer this scent in a body care. So those are my 2 empties for the month. Once again, a shower gel and a hand soap, and now I'm going to go on to the body care that I have for this month. The one item that I ended up adding is a glotion from the 2021, I believe, Pride collection. This is in the scent Sunwash Citrus, and it's called Love Always Wins. Now, I bought 2 of these, and I thought that I wanted to save it for the summer, but then I saw, I believe it was Tisha Keen mentioned that this was super glittery, and I thought, no way this is glittery. But I'll put a picture of how much it weighed to begin with, which I believe it was 9.5 ounces, and right now it weighs 7.7 ounces. But let me just open this up because this is ridiculously glittery and shiny. Let me do a demonstration, but it looks like a regular body butter, but when you touch it, it almost feels like how do I describe this? When something has glitter and you kind of like rub your hands and you feel like the mica powder, that's how this feels. It doesn't feel really moisturizing. It mainly just feels like I'm rubbing glitter all over my body. And when I use this in the shower, it's a little bit hard because I typically like to moisturize first since you get all dry afterwards. But when using this product, I have to do my skincare before I do use my body, because if not, I'd be rubbing glitter all over my face. So I put a little bit on, and I don't know if you could tell, but it's just full on glitter on my hand, and that's not really the look I want. I think it's great if you are going to like a rave or you're going to a party, or I don't know. I'm not sure another scenario where you could use this. I guess you could always put it on as like, like a regular body butter, but I feel like this transfers onto everything. It transfers onto your bed, your sheets, even some clothing that you wear, it sticks onto it. So I really want to use this up. I have another one, so I might try to sell it. And I mean, it's a good scent, but hopefully I can use this up very quickly. My next one is my Sugar Cherry Crisp. I regret not getting another one of these, but I know that a lot of people didn't really particularly like the scent. It doesn't smell like cough syrup, it just smells like a very gourmand cherry scent. And as you can tell, I used my 2 pumps that I purchased with my 20% off coupon. I did a full in-depth review, but this definitely helps out because my mom, I also mentioned this before, but she has osteoarthritis, and this just makes her experience while using this a lot more pleasant because Bath and Body Works typically has those lids where you pop it open and then you have to close it. And because she can't really put too much strength in her fingers, or if you have a lot of joint pain, that gets a little difficult to do that and while you're showering. So previously the line was, excuse my very aggressive permanent mark, it was right here, and we used about the same month, or no, I think this month we used up a little bit more. I think in maybe 3 more months this should be gone. I already have the next one that I'm going to use, but for right now I'm enjoying this one. I had mentioned for February that I was going to add the strawberry pound cake body lotion. I only used this once and I already made this big dent. Previously it was right here, and excuse my hand, that's super glittery, that's because of the body butter. And just with one use, it ended up being right there. And that's when I decided to open up the Glotion. So that's the reason why I think I'm not going to use this one as my main body butter, body lotion. I'm going to use the Love Always Wins. So next month it could be that I don't use this more than once or twice. Okay, lastly, there is my strawberry pound cake hand lotion from 2020, and I ended up not using this at all, so unfortunately this stayed the same. Previously this weighed 1.1 ounces and it still weighs 1.1 ounces. And now I'm going to go on to my Wallflower plugs and I'll be right back. Please excuse the weird effect that these Wallflowers always cause. I'm not sure why, but this is the scent Pink Watermelon. Previously, the line was where it says low, and right now it's where it's at. It's currently about halfway. I don't smell this as much, but of course I have it on the low setting. I don't want to take it out just because I want to test something. The progress is about the same each month, how much I used up. Oh, and these were some of my candles that I need to reorganize, but on to my next Wallflower plug. Here is my other Wallflower plug that I have in the same room, which is my bedroom. Scent on the left is, I believe, cereal and cartoons, which isn't my favorite, and the scent on the right is strawberry pound cake, which is my all-time favorite Wallflower plug scent. And it's about the same in level, which is very odd because I noticed that previously the one on the right, which is the strawberry pound cake, that typically is always lower, but I guess it's different this time. But yeah, that's my progress. So the next category is the hand sanitizer and body sprays. Currently, I just have one body spray in my Project Use It Up, which is in the Love Always Wins or the Sunwash Citrus scent. Now, I had mentioned previously that we by my family, was using this as a bathroom spray. However, I realized that I'm not sure if this scent is going to come back. And I also wanted to pair it up with the Glotion that I really, really want to finish up. So the progress for this month, it was kind of a lot. I am now using this after I'm done with the shower. So it could be that's the reason why I like to spray my skin and then put the lotion on, or Glotion, and then spray my clothes and spray my skin once again. So I just feel like that makes the scent last longer. For sanitizers, I didn't make any progress on this very old Midnight Pomegranate Pocket Back. I just didn't find myself reaching for it, and honestly, I didn't put it back in my car, which is typically where I leave it. So before last month, it was at this line, and it's currently at that line. And I also am using a Sunshine and Lemons hand sanitizer, and I didn't make any progress. So I'm still using my sister's. For the next category is soaps and home fragrance, like room sprays and candles. Now, my sister tells me that she's using this maybe every other day or twice in a week. However, I weighed this with my scale and it still weighs 2.2 ounces. So I guess since you only need a little bit of this, it takes a long time for this to be used up. The next product that feels virtually empty is the lavender vanilla that everyone likes. I wish I would have gotten another one. Previously, this weighed 1.1 ounces and now it weighs 0.7 ounces. I'll put in a picture I took with my scale. Even though you don't hear anything, so if I were to move it, it sounds empty. Product still comes out. So I'm happy with that. I think by the time I do my next project use it up update, it'll be gone. New room spray that we added just because the other one seemed like it was empty was the Twisted Peppermint. Right now it currently weighs 1.8 ounces, so I'm assuming that it weighed about the same as my other ones when I first started it, which was around 2.2 ounces. So I'm gonna say that maybe 0.4 ounces was used. However, everyone complained that they didn't like this one as much as the lavender and vanilla, so hopefully the lavender vanilla comes back. I don't really talk about these because it's kind of a pain to take them out my car, but these are the two car scent clips that I have. This one is for the visor and then this one's for the air, which I never turn on the air in my car. They are both in the scent Strawberry Pound Cake and I can still smell them, so I'm going to wait until I virtually don't smell them at all and then I'm going to change them. But I must have a good sense of smell or these products last, but I always smell them when I put them up close to my nose. And of course, I have a coconut sandalwood that I left in my grandma's bathroom, but I don't want to bring that over, and that one still smells, I believe. For soaps, this is the soap that's been in my dad's bathroom since I want to say January. He hasn't finished this because he's typically just the one that uses it. So the progress for January was this. Progress for February was the one below, and then progress for March was quite a bit. So he's almost done with it. I want to say, if not by the next project use it up update, he might be finished next time. However, he did tell me that I guess he's not too much of a fan of the gentle foaming hand soap formula, but I got a bunch of 75% off soaps during winter SAS, so I think I'll put a gel formula hand soap in his bathroom next whenever he finishes this one. And I don't know how this happened. I guess everyone really liked this scent, but this one was the Crisp Morning Air and the Gentle Gel Foaming Hand Soap. This one replaced the Frosted Biscotti that I showed earlier, which was an empty. And the scent notes to this one are fresh pine, juniper, and juicy pear. And this one just smells very, very clean. I think it started... Yeah, so when we replaced it, it was about right here. So it was pretty much full. And then we finished this up in less than a month. Because I saw the packaging, I thought it was going to be almost manly smelling. However, it just smells very fresh with a sense of fruitiness to it. And I think this was perfect for the weather. It gives me fall vibes. And right now in California, it's sunny, but I feel like this works for either weather. You can use it in the fall and it's refreshing, so it kind of goes with that cool breeze weather, or in the summer you want to cool yourself down. So I feel like this is a great scent year round. And there's only a little bit left, so I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm going to try to put whatever remnants of this soap and then I'm going to put it in the next soap that we used up. which was blueberry crumble. This is from the same packaging as the frosted biscotti. Now, when I smelled this in store, I think this one came out during 2020, so it was during the pandemic, at the peak of the pandemic. So I remember not being able to smell this. However, it does smell great, but I noticed that the lasting power of the soap isn't as strong as, let's say, a black cherry merlot or another scent. The scent notes to this one are fresh blueberries, brown sugar glaze, and a dash of cinnamon. I mainly just smelled the blueberries and followed with the sugar smell. And once again, this one has a sticker because it's an older soap that I have. When we opened it, it started right about here. And right now, currently, let me try to find it. It's right here. So not too much progress, but I think by next month, hopefully, we'll be done with this soap. This is a soap that I picked out for my birth month of April. So for April, this is going to be our main soap. And then my sister's birthday is the following month on May, and she has her own soap picked out. So that's always fun to do. All right, so moving on to home fragrances, which is mainly just the candles that I'm burning. It turns out that I decided to burn a few candles. The first one that I finished using is this peppermint sugar cookie. I burned it the whole entire time except for maybe 2 times where I had issues with the wax, and I just used my top warmer to even it out. And right now I am warming this either on my top warmer, but primarily my bottom warmer. So this was pretty nice burning it. However, I wouldn't purchase this again. I think it's mainly because I don't like minty or pepperminty scents. However, it was nice, and I think I realized that a single wick is perfect, at least for me, to finish up in a month. The next one that I burned is this candle that the black cherry seltzer candle that I got for the $12.95 sale. I did a review on it. However, I now have a few changes, one being this big gaping hole. The issue is that this candle burns very hot and bright. It could be that that it's because of the rope wicks that it has. I don't believe that I marked it, but okay, I'm going to show you how it looks. And this is after I took out a lot of the soot. Yeah, so it's pretty sooty. Despite the slight wax discoloration, I feel like I don't smell the soot. However, I'm scared that if I keep burning it, it's just going to mess with the scent. However, I don't know if it's visible, but I maybe took about 4 or 5 cotton balls of just heavy soot that was coming off of this candle. So I'm going to trim the wicks and keep burning this, hopefully. I don't want to add any more candles to my warming pile, so hopefully I finish burning this one. But overall, I still really enjoy the scent. I'm just having a little bit of issues with burning performances, but it could just be user error. The next one is High Pumpkin or Pumpkin Spice Latte. So pull out the other one. So this one I like burning when the weather is cold because it's very creamy, very nice. This one is primarily good when it's hot. It just is very fruity and lemony and bright. Oh, and let me show you the progress. So this is about, I want to say 60% done. So there's that one. The Pumpkin Spice Latte is more, I want to say 50%. And I'm having that same issue where there's soot falling into the wax. I haven't tried to fix this one, and I feel like my wicks are pretty adequately sized, so I feel like there's not any draft or wind. I burned this in the corner of my room, so I'm not sure what it would be, but I do enjoy it. Even though that it looks sooty, it doesn't translate into it smelling bad. Oh, so these are all the scents that I am burning. Well, this one I burned, and now I'm moving that to my warming pile. So the next set of candles are going to be the ones that I'm warming. Here are all the candles that I'm currently warming. Once again, with candles being warm, the wax remains there unless you dump it out or you soak it up with a cotton ball. I don't do that because my warmer, I can put it strong enough where the entire wax melts up. These two, I like warming them when I just don't know what scent to do, and that's cinnamon caramel swirl and caramel pumpkin swirl. These, almost all of these, the scent is still pretty nice. This one is mint chocolate chip milkshake. I added this one when I was burning the peppermint sugar cookie just because it goes well and they were both very minty. Hot cocoa and scream, I haven't really been focusing on that one. Neither with ice cream bar. I really enjoy blueberry maple pancakes. I think this is one of my favorite scents. Yeah, so these are all the candles that I'm currently warming. I think the only one that I might finish up and repurpose the packaging is maybe this singlet and peppermint sugar cookie. But yeah, that's all for the portion of the Bath & Body Works. Now I'm going to move over to Lush. So then the one item that I want to use up is this Rudolph's Nose Shower Balm. I purchased this during the Boxing Day or the BOGO sale. However, the last, I believe, 2 years, it's become a 50% off sale. So this is just a cute little shower balm that it's a one-time use product, but I know you can cut this up, but I think I'm going to use this up in one shower. I just want to make sure that I enjoy this, and yeah, I am planning to use this up. For my Snow Fairy cold press soap, I feel like you can just visually tell that it's a lot smaller. I was primarily using this as a hand soap, however, I switched that as my body care soap because I had finished my Bath & Body Works blueberry body wash. Previously, this Snow Fairy cold press soap weighed 0.5 ounces, and right now it weighs 0.2 ounces. So slowly but surely I'm finishing this up. And lastly, the product that I wanted to use up was the shimmer dusting bar. Since now I want to focus on the Bath & Body Works Love Always Wins lotion, I don't think I'm gonna have time, and I actually didn't use this during March, so unfortunately I'm going to retire this from the Lush portion of my project Use It Up. That is the update that I have currently for all of the items that I am using up, and I hope to have a lot done, hopefully more than 2 products that I have finished. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Okay, have a great day. Bye.